The topic for today will be exploiting humans via phishing. And by the end, at the end, by the end of this webinar, you will be understanding that why I am mentioning exploiting humans via phishing, right? We'll be understanding a main root cause of phishing attack, what leads, the victims trap into these kind of scenarios, right? Just before I deep dive into the actual topic, I'll give introduction about myself. So my name is Urvesh, and I have a very strong hands-on experience in SIM solutions like QRadar, Splunk, Wazoo, ELK stack. So, in short, if I want to introduce myself, apart from what's mentioned on the screen, then I could consider myself as a person who is working in the domain of blue teaming or SOC, the cyber defense sector. And I have nearly an experience of 4.5 to 5 years now. I'm working with different industries. Major of the industries that I've been working with so far is training and edtech industry, where I'm myself, my major of the work experience consists of teaching and mentoring. Okay, it could be a beginner, it could be a college student, it could be a person who is on the level of CISSP, it could be a group of organizations, anything. So I've been training people and mentoring people on various verticals of cybersecurity. Apart from that, I am working as a co-founder and chief academic officer at Virtual Cyber Labs. Talking about some statistics initially. So we need to understand that why phishing is a concern. 83% of the organizations said that they experienced a successful email-based phishing attack in 2021 versus 57. So you see the increase, see the rise from 57%, it went to 83% just in 1 year. 86% of the organization faced bulk phishing attacks last year. 77% of the organizations faced business email compromise attacks, which was 65, then it became 77, more than 12, more than 10%. And 79% of the organizations have faced spear phishing attacks. So if you just see these statistics of the last year, you can clearly determine that phishing is such kind of an attack which is on the rise. And day by day, as the technology is evolving, the complexity of phishing attacks are increasing to the next level. It is important because the weakest layer yet remains the humans. What is easy for the attackers these days is to attack the human layer. Now, social engineering simply means that you are trying to manipulate the human mind. Now, coming to this particular step. So, whenever someone asks me that, hey, Urvesh, according to you, what is social engineering? So, I say them that, hey, according to me, social engineering is this four-step approach, this four-step theory. What is this four-step theory? The first step in the social engineering approach is impression. The second step that comes in the social engineering approach is digital trust. When you start developing trust, when you are impressed, right? So trust is dependent on the impression step. Hence, impression is the first, right? Once impression is built, trust is built, then comes the psychology. Here, this is the main trap. This is the main trap, guys. Here is the step when decisions are made. This is a trap when your victim is convinced to click on that link, to fall into that trap. You know, so psychology. It means cyber psychology over here. It means that the psychology is manipulated. And then comes the use of tools and technology. And this is the point that I was trying to prove. And that's why I took a long time on this particular slide, because many of us, especially the beginners, have a very big misunderstanding that phishing attack or social engineering attack just means, loading up a tool in Kali Linux, take any tool from GitHub, download that tool, create a phishing link and send it. That is social engineering. That is phishing. No, sorry. That is the approach that you are following. That is not an actual social engineering attack. That is the approach. That is the process that you are following. The point is convincing the target or convincing the victim to click on that link. That is social engineering. That is the real phishing. But then the most four famous traps, these are the most four famous, the most widely used. That doesn't mean that these only four of them are there. No, there are more than 40 plus types of ways through which a human mind can be exploited or human can be manipulated. Number one, urgency. You are the last, you are the lucky customer. What exactly all this means? Sense of urgency. Factor is possibility. For example, it's like a buy one get one free offer. Give something, take something double. The third point is familiarity. Familiarity means impersonation, or it's based on likes and dislikes. And the fourth is confidentiality. This is again a fourth psychological factor. The attacker tries to attack the victim in terms of the confidentiality. Coming to the main interesting part, the show time now, right? So whatever that we have understood so far, let us try to uncover it. Let us try to understand it in a simple manner. Let us try to see some simple yet effective phishing attacks that attackers basically employ these days to basically impersonate into the human minds, or basically exploit the human mind. I'll be using a tool called as Zfisher. This Zfisher tool will be allowing me to create a fake phishing site. And these days it's very common to use these kind of Linux tools and to create a phishing site. Okay, let's take one normal example first, then I'll show you a bit of psychology manipulation, or a bit of modern technique that has been equipped by attackers. So for example, I'll take example of Facebook, and I'll choose as the fake security login page, and I'll choose a port forwarding method. And within seconds, you see, while I'm talking with you, within seconds the phishing link is being generated. Here I have my phishing link, and to some extent it has also masked the link itself. You see, make your Facebook secure and etc etc, kind of making look a bit legitimate. Okay, so here it is, guys. This is a Facebook page. Let me let me load this in another browser probably. Yes, it will show me warning because it knows it's phishing. So here is the Facebook login page, the fake page. And as soon as they enter the username and the password, considering that it's legitimate Facebook, but as soon as they submit it, we get the username and the password, right? So it's already saved in ip.txt. Okay, now let's see an attack in action. Now, instead of doing these kind of things, what attackers do is they try to act smart, because now a lot of awareness is being already done, giving a face of an app to an phishing URL so that the URL cannot be identified. It looks it looks legitimate, and spreading of apps can be done through multiple ways. So if not the URL, probably some may fall into the trap of applications. There is a new kind of an attack called as browser in the browser, BITB. You have heard of MITM, man in the middle attack. This is BITB attack, browser in the browser attack, where it tries to impersonate the actual URL. There is a padlock symbol, there is an actual URL, but inside that there is another browser, like a frame running inside it, and that is phishing. So the URL part is absolutely correct. That this much part over here is the same as the original, and the part below it is a phishing page. If I click on login with Instagram, this is what is an actual BITB. It loads up in full screen. There is Instagram logo, HTTPS, a padlock symbol, fake padlock, fake URL. Looks like completely original, the actual URL of Instagram, but this particular part is fake. Okay, this is what is the BITB attack these days. You could have heard it in a lot of news articles also these days, right? Where there is a impersonated padlock symbol, and the URL is also impersonated in such a way that it looks exactly the same like original. Okay, as soon as you enter the username and the password, click on login, right? And it basically takes a username and the password. This is BITB. Phishing is a form of an attack which is rapidly growing day by day throughout its zone throughout. The keynote is human awareness. So if I want to give you a key away, that what you learned from this webinar, number one, what actually is phishing is not making link, but actual phishing and social engineering means to make the victim click on that link. That the convincing power to make even the strongest cyber aware person to click on that link is what we call phishing and social engineering. Number two, there is no digital trust. Number three, phishing methods keep on evolving. The fourth outcome that I can give from this webinar is that create a realistic awareness. Do not create awareness with a do not mentality. That is not awareness. Be safe, stay secure, right? And this is the end of the webinar. So thank you all. Thank you for the ones who have joined overseas out of India. I appreciate your efforts. And thank you so much, the Indian audience as well. Right? Let's build up a good community, a good connection together. With this being said, I'll sign off from you people. Have a good day ahead. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time, presence, and feedbacks to me. Looking forward to meet you again in the upcoming sessions. Bye everyone. Have a good day. Take care.